We're Nerds of the West, and today we're giving you our thoughts on Surf's Up. This is a game that has been provided to us by the lovely folks at Good Games Publishing, so please do remember that as we give you our thoughts on this, we're trying to make it so you can decide if this game might be right for you. At the end, we're going to rank it on our Nerds of the West ranking board, which is how we overall review games here. It means we're not trying to give something an objective score, just we rank it against every other game we've played, and if given the opportunity, what we would prefer to play. At the end of the year, we re-rank everything, so we get our best games for the year list. Everyone will give their thoughts and opinions on what is going on. We have Jimmy. We have Chris.
Cowabunga.
My name is Tom, and we have Beck.
Radical.
Beck, can you give us an overview of what Surf's Up is all about?
With Surf's Up, we are all surfers at a nice big competition, a wonderful day at the beach, and we are trying to catch the biggest waves. You got to be careful to avoid the blue bottle jellyfish, but essentially everyone has energy cards that they can spend from their hand to attempt to ride that wave to perfection. If you choose to wait on the beach, you gain a respect token. If you have more respect than somebody else, that helps you win some ties. And when you arrive back at the beach, you can use that respect to help buy yourself some coffee, some water, some energy drinks, some bananas to help make you go longer on in the day. The game will end when no one can ride any more waves, or if 5 blue bottles have been played out into the zone, making the beach too dangerous to continue to wave, to surf, to continue to wave. There are objectives that people can aim towards for the end of the game, which gets counted. And at the end of the game, if you've managed to pick up any bonus scoring or anything like that, you basically just determine who has the most points.
You're bidding on cards to get points. The real fun of this game, and what I love most about it, is the choice of which cards you want to lose, because if you win the bid, if you win the wave, that energy card is gone forever. So timing the wave right, which feels so thematic.
Yeah.
Like I've talked before, I love when games match mechanics and theme, and it just makes everything just that little bit spicier in my brain. This
I didn't
does
even
good.
think about that, and it's actually it's a really good point.
Yeah.
It does fit the theme really nicely.
I've been workshopping a video in my head ever since we played Archaeos Society that is basically what games marry theme and mechanics really well together. And the more I think about it, the more this game is in that video. And it's essentially because Tom's absolutely right. You can just go, you know what? I'm staying at the beach. I'm hanging back. I'm picking up some respect. I'm not going to go for this wave. I collect my cards again. So all of that energy I spent on waves, I now get back to try and win more waves again. You pick up bottled water. You pick up coffee. You pick up energy drinks. And then the pièce de résistance is that the best energy in the game is a banana. A banana. And it's 5.5. Like, it's higher than what we carry in our hand as it is. The fact that it's 5 blue bottles to end the game, and like, I don't know if it's explicitly stated, but my brain went, because once you encounter 5, it is officially too dangerous to surf.
Yeah.
Like, the beach is going to be shut down, which they do in Australia. They go, no, we can't do it today. This beach is shut down. Go somewhere else. Don't do it.
A blue bottle, for international viewers, is a Portuguese or man of war, or related to the Portuguese man of war, and is basically one of those jellyfish that you don't
Avoid.
mess with.
You avoid it at all costs. if
Which
you can.
the cuteness of this jellyfish.
You know
It's
what?
horrific, right?
You know what we didn't do for the end of that last game?
What? Oh, negative points.
We didn't neg our...
-5.
Did you have -10?
Oh,
I had
goodness.
-5.
Whoops.
Then you were...
We still won.
Yeah, you still won, because I had -6. So,
Good job, us.
Well done, us.
Anyway, what did you think, Jimmy?
Okay, starting from components, I think the components are lovely. The cards are just that right size. If you wanted to sleeve them for easier shuffling order, perfect for it. The art, it's great. It's like the coffee giving you the jitters or whatever, you know, the water, like zen. You're feeling good. You're at the beach. You're having a good day.
It's a really nice mix of just cute and clear.
It is.
it's so easy to read.
The points
I love that the waves match up, like they put that little bit of thought into it.
The attention to detail is very nice, and I like the objectives. Like, it means you're not necessarily out. I think the game's actually quite well balanced. I can't think of anything that actually makes it, once you get ahead, you're ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you lose your best card.
Perfect example, Beck was ahead at the start. Granted, I know that wasn't my choice.
No,
You
it's
were
fine.
ahead.
I was ahead. I was ahead.
You were ahead, but then the game changed. So,
Cut to my heated rant
yes.
from earlier.
It goes back into that idea of waiting for the right moment. If you can be the runner-up each time, you'll still get the respect that you need to win in the future.
Exactly, and the energy is so important. Like, I didn't think it was going to be so heavily weighted. Like, it's not heavily weighted, but it keeps you going for so much in this game. And as Jules has said in chat, the mat is made out of neoprene,
Which is the same as wetsuit material.
which is awesome. It's pretty cool. This is
just
great. Solid.
fun.
What about you, Chris? Any specific thoughts?
I thought it was like, because the resource management with the respect points is quite cool. Tiebreakers, you got to think about when you want to take respect, when you want to spend it to get more scoring. And so there's like a lot of strategy involved. So although
I love that you have to weigh up what other people's cards or what cards other people still had left. You're like, all right, Jimmy still has his 4 left, but I've got 1 more respect than Jimmy. So if he plays his 4, I'll beat him. But he knows I'm going to do that. So it turns into one of those games where you're like, what is it? Where? Yeah.
Sometimes it's better just to let the other people have it as well. It's just like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
not going to win
exactly.
this one, so I'll just keep my resources.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I think one of the cutest things that you brought up, Chris, was the chuckers tokens.
Yeah. If they're going to come up in there.
That these
There we go.
are double-sided.
So one side has the knuckles, another has the fingers. They're perfect. These are brilliant. And
If
what
you
you can
sleeve
do,
it, yeah.
you can you can give your
Those tiny
sharkers
hands.
with your tiny hands with your sleeves up. That's the best part.
Chris did it in the trial run. It was so good.
I always feel playing this game that it is so much more tense than just a nice day at the beach is, which doesn't not a bad thing, doesn't ruin the theming for me. But for a game that is, oh, you have 5 cards, bid on the best waves, like the choice and the strategy as you wait and see what different waves come out is so much more interesting than you might think on a first playthrough. I think Jimmy nailed it when he mentioned that we first played it at 3 players, and you said it was better at 4.
I definitely think it's better at 4.
Which,
I wouldn't bother playing this at 3.
It supports 6 players.
yeah, makes me really
6.
curious
Yeah.
to play this at 6, because the number of cards doesn't change.
Yeah.
So obviously you're far more likely to get a blue bottle ending at that point because people are going to be winning less cards.
And you're more likely to wipe out because the beach is more crowded. Makes perfect
That's
sense.
thematic once again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And gives you more of an opportunity to go for some of these harder bonus points, like don't win with your 4, like don't win with your second best card is more of an option when there's more players out there.
I think the one thing I wouldn't say I love, but then at the same time, like I find it so inconsequential, is like with these purple surfboards being like, you know, the 1, 2, 3, like all the other colors have, you know, like the greens and the oranges. It's not going to show up. Is it?
I'm all right.
So the orange and the purple have it. The green has it. You have a 1, 2, and a 3 plus bonus extra. Purple being such a high scoring already in the game, like it gives you so much more weight on those cards. But anyone can get it if they win the weight, so it doesn't really matter. Like you've got to still get it.
Yeah, I'm curious of how that balance works out. But it, yeah.
Not that it's a huge issue. I didn't think it was that major. Like I bought a green surfboard at the beginning. I didn't have any green till right at the end.
Yeah.
It's man, this game's just fun. Like it's so simple that it doesn't look like much at first, but the more like I could play this multiple times and try a different strategy, and it's always going to be slightly different. I'm not saying I could play it forever. I don't think it is the most replayable game, but for a half-hour game, and I don't think it's going to be more than half hour, 45 minutes, regardless of what player count you play with, that hits a very sweet spot in your board game collection of, we know we only have this much time, we know we're going to have a different amount of players every single week. Very nicely slots in for a game, but
Yeah.
You've got a timed deck in a sense, because realistically, as you said, the round should be the same amount of time, because you've got to look, okay, who's got the highest? Okay, they win, the deck goes down. You've got a timed game.
I think just to counterpoint what you've said a bit, Tom, I think this does have a lot of replayability because it's definitely one of those games where it's like, we just need something quick, we need something easy, we need something fun. And with the amount of objective cards that are in here as well, it means you're always going to be trying something new. Like we, in our first game, had don't win any duplicate waves. And then like winning with exactly 1. But then, like, there are other things in here that are win with the fewest purple waves, or catch the final wave, or finish with exactly 3. Don't complete any other goals. Like,
So many different things to consider while you're also weighing up what your opponents are doing.
And
Yeah.
it also changes every time you play between, say, 3 players. It felt very. I know exactly what's going on with you boys. Like having 4, you got more people to track. 5, you got even more people to track. 6, you got even more to track.
Yeah.
That there is actually, as Beck said, a lot of replayability because you can add change the variables.
Cute art, solid gameplay, simple gameplay, hard choices, but where would we rank it? Against everything else we've played, what would we consider this game and where would we put it on our board? As I said, this is our Nerds of the West ranking board. This is how we rank games here. If given the opportunity, what we personally would prefer to play. Yeah, we'll chuck those up.
Woohoo! Nicely done.
Hell yeah, nailed it.
Perfect.
So, at the moment, this is weighted quite heavily towards the top, with heavier games, Planet Unknown, Guildmaster, Archaeos Society, all hitting that, like, 2.5, 3 complexity. Ark Nova is a little bit more complex, so it's dropped down a little bit for some of us. This is a real tough one for me.
I actually know where I put it.
I'll go for it then.
Yeah,
Slap
I'd
that
actually
bad
be
boy
going
right in there.
between like that Trick Draw, Mercurial, Snowcrest kind of area. So
Yep.
probably like, yeah, probably just above Trick Draw.
Very much in that simple card game area.
Yeah, there's enough to it that's still fun, and getting it out before a bigger game would actually be perfectly fine because you're not going to fry yourself on it.
I think for me, it's got to go above Snowcrest, because this just has a little bit more. It's a little bit simpler while still feeling as complex in your choices, and so the game time is that little bit easier and a little bit easier to teach. But if I'm going to sit down and play a game, I want more complexity.
Yeah.
So Ark Nova and everything else is my preferred to play. Still very high up for me.
I was just gonna say I'm pretty happy to put it where Jimmy's put it as well, and it's just because Trick Draw is also one of those games where I'm like, you want a quick game, you want to sling some cards out,
Exactly.
you want to play with some other
Yeah.
people, guess what they're doing. It's got that really fun theme, so it just means that where Trick Draw is like your weird alternate universe cowboys, Surf's Ups is surfing, so you might even be able to bring it out with other friends. Like, it doesn't have to be like heavy board gaming friends. You can just be like, hey, so this is the game. So it's probably just going to go above Trick Draw for me.
Oh, I love Trick Draw, but this was really good. So I'll probably put it just above Splendor Duel, sort of in the same area that Tom was looking at.
Yeah, right.
So if we average all that out,
I
it looks
reckon,
about, yeah, right there toward the top end of the list.
That is going to get re-ranked at the end of the year. We will try and get a playthrough, maybe not on stream, maybe not on camera, but definitely keen to play this at 6 players and see how it holds up. And you can join us for that live stream at the end of the year when we will re-rank every game we've played. Everyone here at Nerds will vote on it. And let us know what you think of these games, of any of the games, of anything you want us to check out. We can only do this with your kind love and support, supporting us on YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, buying our merch, all those good YouTube-y things. Speaking of good YouTube-y things, we have Jimmy.
Shackers.
Look, Chris.
See you later.
Yeah.
Radical.
My name is Tom, and we'll catch you next time.